with the power and control of our intuitive all-wheel drive system.
Got him. Got him. Need him. Trade you McKinnon.
I'll take that deal all day.
Collect Tim Hortons' new NHL Upper Deck trading cards. There's a chance to find one of 87 Sidney Crosby collector cards. Plus, you can trade online at collecttowin.ca.
They got our spy pilot, and we got their spy. We want you to negotiate the swap. From Steven Spielberg.
Is there any outcome where I'm not either detained or shot?
Tom Hanks.
Nobody is safe.
Bridge of Spies.
The communal feast, potluck. This parade of random recipes will soon be yours to clean. And they're not even yours. A little bit of Dawn Ultra can finish off this buffet. It's more concentrated. 1 drop cleans as many greasy dishes as 2 drops of this other liquid. Next month, their place. A drop of Dawn and grease is gone.
The CFL on TSN is brought to you by Nissan, official vehicle of the Canadian Football League. Well, it was a short punt, but there were 3 different penalties on the play. Jim Pop is heated up. And it will be 3rd down once again for the Argos. And now the field goal team will come on. So there was an illegal punt, a holding call, and a objectionable conduct penalty.
We went through commercials, promos, and we are now just getting lined up. There's a lot going on that play.
So Rakeem Cato may not be down by only 7. Here's Justin Pilardi. And Pilardi puts that up and wide, and Logan gonna bring it out. Here he comes. Kicks it outside. Flag comes down, and Logan is finally stopped out around the 35-yard line, which was about the original line of scrimmage.
And it's going back. That return, they'll lose some yards on the penalty, a holding call, Montreal.
Surprisingly, that's one thing we haven't had this year, a missed field goal return for a touchdown. But Pilardi with his first miss
on the return. Holding Montreal, number 50. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Enoch Mwamba, the newcomer to the Alouettes, charged on the hole, playing in his first game.
Doesn't look like he agrees with this holding call. Let's take a look. He's right up on that 20-yard line mark. Driving. What about that call? Cost Montreal 10 yards.
Cato hands it off. And it's Rutley the carry. Check that Sutton.
Mentioned that Rakeem Cato has got to bring his game up a notch. If this team wants to make the playoffs and make a run, you go back to that Ottawa game. He had 9 series, generated just 90 yards in 24 plays, and he showed some frustration after some throws that he was one-hopping and talking to his receiving corps, talking to his coordinator and Anthony Calvillo, trying to get things straightened out. Because he's got to bring his game up.
Has had over 200 yards passing in his last 5 games. Dumps it off to the speedster Jaguar, and it's a 1st down for the Alouettes.
This just may be the play, Chris, that gets him into that rhythm and into that groove, is to get him on the move. Really smooth when it comes to throwing on the run. Paul Appolice talked about it before the game in the pregame show. Good passer on the run and outside the pocket. Toronto is going to try to keep him in that pocket with their defensive ends, but if they can get him on the edge, he's much more dangerous.
Number 2 rushing team, but number 9 last in passing yardage. Setting up the screen here, and Sutton broken up by Thomas Miles, who fought through the Philip Blake block to make the play.
Yeah, that's a big play by Thomas Miles, Chris, because he doesn't make this play. There's lots of room for Terrell Sutton to pick up the first down and maybe more. He has to fight off the block outside. He works through it, goes down, but still has enough to trip up Sutton.
Fourth rounder in 2014 out of the University of Manitoba. Second down, and gunned in there, a dart to Nick Lewis. It's another Alouette first down.
That's a good throw. That's a good throw from the pocket from Rakeem Cato, stepping into it. Lewis was covered pretty well on this crossing route, just at the top of your screen right there. And he just guns it right in there, in traffic.
53rd catch of the year, catch number 858 for number 8. 7th all time, leaving Mr. Stiegel behind. Jaguar again, another catch, and Brandon Isaac takes him down quickly. Not much there on that connection to Sam Jaguar.
Yeah, I mentioned Nick Lewis being targeted early in this game a couple of times now. In the last 2 games, his 150 yards, 110 of them have been in the fourth quarter once the game was out of hand and out of reach for the Montreal Alouettes. But they're going to him early in this first quarter. A couple throws in his direction.
2nd and 9. Rush on. Cato takes off. And the slide will be short of the first down. Around the 43. Looks like he's a couple of yards short.
Looks like there was some indecision on how he was going to slide too. Not really feet first, not really head first. And they'll bring it back, so it's 2 yards where his knee first touched. He's a couple of yards short. They're going to have to kick it.
Gets a little encouragement from his veteran receiver as Beatty comes in. Lets it fly this time. Nobody on side. Fighting off the sun is Owens trying to get outside. And flags fly as Chad Owens runs across the field. Lost 2 after the 54-yard punt by Beatty.
The Nissan Rogue is perfect for road trips. No matter where you go, you'll travel with peace of mind. And it has plenty of room to bring along everything you need. The Nissan Rogue. Versatility where it matters most.
On October 19th, change means electing a prime minister who's focused on families, the middle class. I'll bring in quality $15 a day childcare. I'll help 5 million more Canadians access a family doctor and lower drug costs. I'll protect the environment and help young people train for good jobs. Unlike Mr. Trudeau's plan, my plan is built to last, and I have the experience to get the job done. If you're ready for change, I'm ready too.
There's the newest member of the Alouette defense, and with more on Enoch Mwamba coming to Montreal, here's John Liu.
Well, thank you, Chris. And it's been 2 years since Enoch Mwamba had played in the CFL, but on his return to the Canadian game, he says it's just been like riding a bike. Mind you, he hasn't played since the Indianapolis Colts last preseason game on September 3rd, but according to Jim Poppin, a sampling of Mwamba's teammates, they say that he's been working nonstop since signing 12 days ago, nonstop with defensive coordinator Noel Thorpe, and so he's had a long week of preparation, 4 full practices, so he should not be limited in his participation to any degree. Guys?
2013 All-Star with Winnipeg, 106 tackles 2 years ago.
A playmaker and a guy that can change the ratio and help Jim Pop juggle that end of the football team, and Canadian at safety, or at middle linebacker.
2 flags. There was an illegal block and a roughing call. One against Toronto, one against Montreal. So the Argos start at their 10. Just one scoring drive for Toronto, starting inside their 20 this year. And again, good first down production on the ground from the former Alouette, Brandon Whitaker.
Enoch Mwamba, 171 total tackles. You mentioned the 106 in 2013. He has 4 career CFL sacks, has the interception. He's a striker, plays the middle of the field, and he'll hit you. Could be a perennial all-star and a great signing for Montreal.
5 carries, 33 yards for Brandon Whitaker, and now pass out of the backfield for Chad Owens, and Chip Cox going to get called for the horse collar, I believe, as he got his hands up on the harness.
Got to be an area of concern for Noel Thorpe and Jim Pop, Montreal Alouettes. Their penalties on defense, 72 coming into this game.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness. Montreal, number 11, horse collar tackle. 15 yards to the end of the play, automatic first down.
Yeah, that's a veteran player in Chip Cox who knows better. And he just tacks on the yards, and it gets Trevor Harris closer to the midfield mark. 72 penalties too many on one side of the ball, and that's more than any other team in the CFL on defense.
Argos have improved the field position up to the 42, and knocked down there. Venable off the edge on the final play of the first quarter. Venable with the rejection. Argos started hot, a 4-play touchdown drive early. Under 2 minutes into Deontay Spencer, and after 15 minutes on Thanksgiving Monday, Toronto with a 7-point lead.
She's moving north. A nation terrified of inhumans.
Tell your men to stand down. You will start a war.
They are people
You are not cursed. You are not some horrible thing.
with real human emotions.
You're wasting your time caring about me. I know the real you.
Until they are betrayed.
You know what I want.
By those they trust. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. All new. Tuesday at 10 on CTV.
A national gathering. Legendary. Tradition. Be a part of history and celebrate everything Canadian football has to offer at the 103rd Grey Cup, presented by Shaw on November 29th in Winnipeg. Be there as the best of the best. Battle for CFL glory. Buy your Grey Cup tickets at ticketmaster.ca/Grey Cup. The 103rd Grey Cup, presented by Shaw. Get your tickets now. You belong here.
A greater tomorrow requires action today. This fall, opportunity awaits. It's up to you to seize it. Act now and visit your local Cadillac dealer to take advantage of the fall offers on our 2015 vehicle lineup. Enjoy credits up to $4,500 when you lease a Cadillac SRX.
Back as we check the numbers after 15 minutes here in Montreal.
Keith Cato was 5 for 5, only 29 yards passing, but they are moving around the pocket. He does look a little sharper, but how about that first drive? Over 70 yards for Trevor Harris. Gets the ball in the end zone to open this game up. He picked up where he left off.
You usually do the carving, and
Okay.
I know our crew was really upset when you didn't start in the pregame show.
Yeah, no, we're going to get this, and I'm going to, like I was tackling a running back here, just grab the leg and keep twisting, and we'll just
So
cut
good.
that
Applesauce, cranberry sauce.
What
Hope
would
you
you
have a
like?
great Thanksgiving dinner.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Argos to work. Trevor Harris. A pass, and it's intercepted. Picked off. And down the sidelines. The interception by Enoch Mwamba. He's back. And a big play on defense for the newly minted Alouette.
Well, that's what you dream of. You get back, it's a new team, signed as a free agent. He went on that tour, visited with a lot of different teams in the league and took a look at the facilities, things like that, and talked to a lot of general managers before settling in here in Montreal. Spin move here and intercepted on the outside. Trevor Harris doesn't see him coming on that drop. Slides right underneath the curl to Gurley.
A little film study there. John Lou talked about the extra work he's done in the last 12 days or so. See what the Alouettes can do with this. A little shovel inside from Cato. And Darryl Wadd, along with Jermaine Gabriel, was on the tackle.
Argo off the end there, Chris, that almost intercepted that shovel pass. I'm sure it was this Tristan Opla-Ugo coming in on this corner. It was Nick Lewis coming the opposite direction. Yeah, it was 91 Opla-Ugo. Stepped up the field and was almost there to intercept that.
Lewis gets 2, 2nd and 8. And looks for Lewis again, and he's got another first down.
Yeah, clearly Anthony Calvillo, with breaking down the film, the offensive coordinator said, you know, Nick Lewis has been productive in the fourth quarter of our last 2 games. Why aren't we going to him earlier? Clearly a focal point in the offensive game plan here against Toronto.
Catches 76% of the passes thrown his way. Does seem awful simple, though. You got a guy that's number 7 all-time in catches. Feed him the football. Good hard run by Terrell Sutton.
This is a good football play there. That's just worth taking another look at here on Thanksgiving Monday in the afternoon. Guys popping pads. I think Thomas Miles again steps up and he makes contact. He's number 48 right here. Brandon Isaac also to that side. I'm sure Gregory Jones was right in the mix as well, but Terrell Sutton takes on that first hit, picks up a couple extra.
Thomas Miles started the year on the injured list, wrist surgery. Now has replaced Corey Greenwood. Concordia star who's hurt. Pass out of the reach of Logan. Incomplete. And it will be 3rd down, and the field goal unit will come on for the Owls.
Now it looked like that was the first miss by Cato. Just more of a timing issue than the accuracy on the throw. Waited a little too long to throw it out there, and Stephon Logan and him are chatting it up. Straighten that out.
Beatty from 24 yards out. And puts it through now. 25 for 25 inside the 40 this year. Alouettes are on the board. After the quick start by the Argos, it's now 7-3 Toronto.
Federal Election Day is October 19th. If you want to vote early, you can vote at advance polls this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Find out where and when to vote at elections.ca or call 1-800-463-6868. Elections Canada has all the information you need to be ready to vote.
Got him. Got him. Need him. Trade McKinnon.
I'll take that deal all day.
Collect Tim Hortons' new NHL Upper Deck trading cards. There's a chance to find one of 87 Sidney Crosby collector cards. Plus, you can trade online at collecttowin.ca.
You do your thing, leave the rest to us. Ramada Worldwide.
Some are driven to work hard, some to play hard. But you shouldn't have to pay a lot to fuel that drive. Ram 1500 is 13% more fuel efficient than the F-150 EcoBoost. 13% better fuel economy. Doesn't get any better than that. Ram, the most fuel efficient pickup ever. Guts, glory, Ram.
Wendy's Friday Night Football continues with the Blue Bombers coming off that comeback win against BC, battling the Red Blacks. Catch at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on TSN 1, 2, and 5. That game has implications both sides of the playoff races.
Harris has his 30th touchdown pass, which leads the Canadian Football League. He's also had some interception issues of late.
10th interception in 6.5 games. Whitaker on the run again.
Yeah, his last 3 games, he's thrown 2 a game, but has been able to bounce back. In that time, he has 9 touchdowns, including the 5 last week. So you still see some bumps in the road for the young starter.
And the Argos -7 giveaway takeaway in the last 5 games.
But that was a play made by Enoch Mwamba.
2nd and 2. Stay on the ground. And it's a first down up across the 45-yard line. A little more dedicated to the run today than we've seen this Argo offense.
Well, Brandon Whitaker is so important to it. And then Milt Stiegel talked about it in the pregame show. And him and Anthony Coombs, and then you throw in Deontay Spencer. The little guys are as important as the big 3. Marcus Brady getting them involved.
There's that reverse or misdirection, and it's Anthony Coombs brought down at midfield. Marc-Olivier Brouillette has the tackle.
Now, I'm not sure that Coombs, Whitaker, and Spencer want the nickname still Stiegel gave them, which was, what was it, the Lollipop Kids or something? I don't think they'd like that, but
short yardage and a plunge ahead. Trevor Harris staying in that 2nd and short situation.
But I will, as this game develops, watch the matchup, whether it's Torrey Gurley out there, Vidal Hazelton on Terry Johnson, the rookie out of Florida A&M. He came in and replaced Jonathan Hefney when he was injured in the Ottawa game. And he's a rookie out there. This is his first start, and he is 6 foot 183. Now, if I'm Toronto and Scott Milanovic, I'm taking my Hazelton at 6'3", 212 or Gurley at 6'4", 230 and testing that.
I want to send out our best wishes to Jonathan Hefney, who's
absolutely
making progress after that scary neck injury. And the Argos are going to call timeout.
Toronto.
Harris walked back to the huddle now, takes a look towards Scott Milanovic. That just a case of not liking what he saw, or was somebody lined up wrong?
Or maybe a combination of both, that the call wasn't matching up with the alignment, and rather than have one mistake turn into another and a turnover, regroup, get it done.
But we talked about the long drives last week for the Argos. 5 over 70 yards for points, but they were also 2 and out 10 times. So still looking for a little consistency, and they hand it off once again and get good first down production on the ground from Whitaker, crashing down to the 48-yard line.
Well, Scott Milanovic, as I mentioned off the top, had to juggle his offensive line, lost his all-star, Chris Van Zyl, at right tackle. So he moves into the guard spot, Wayne Smith, and Greg Roten is going to play the tackle spot on outside. He was the guard, and to run the ball a little bit more can help that group settle in.
8 carries, 49 for Whitaker, who was 8 for 18 last week on the ground. 2nd down, empty, look out! Trevor Harris is dropped off the edge. It's Winston Venable with his 4th sack of the year.
Different look for the Montreal Alouettes defensively. They move John Bowman inside and then bring Venable out and around the edge, testing this makeshift offensive line. Little stunt as well where Kyrisse Bear gets involved, and Winston Venable up over the top. Trevor Harris tried to duck him at the last second, couldn't get it done.
Here's the leaks. And it's Logan from his 12. And he'll step out just beyond the 20-yard line. The Argos looked like they had something going, but Winston Venable had other ideas.
This football season, we're going to play Safeway $1 Million Touchdown to Win. Get a bonus entry when you buy Compliments Spring Water. Swipe your Air Miles collector card today. Shop and play at Safeway.
Go first. Try something different. Try something new. Express yourself. Test. Consider. Step up. Give it a go. Give it a shot. Just plain give it. The more you try, the better it gets. So get in. Try more.
What makes a perfect chicken burger?
Well, good chicken, obviously.
Has to be moist and like juicy.
Oh, this is exactly what I need.
Oh, okay.
Our chicken is raised without the use of antibiotics.
That's awesome.
High five for that.
Right?
I love it.
Is that the kind of thing that you expect from a fast food restaurant?
It's the kind of thing you'd like. It's not what you expect.
How's that chicken burger?
So good right now. That's really good.
I think you like it.
Some good chicken.
Yeah, you like it?
It's delicious.
Yeah?
You're the man.
Oh.
Come see for yourself at A&W.
This isn't Miami. This isn't the beach. This is now. These are my rocks. This is my heat. This is my splash. This is my flavor. And this is my Caesar. And right now, this is happening.
This is an election like no other. More journalists, more digital extras, more live locations. Stay with CTV News for continuing coverage of election 2015.
Not sure if it was a political statement from Ricky Foley or not, but he's printed up the T-shirts with their schedule and their challenges, and Toronto against everyone.
Now, we do some stumping across the country, and I would say there are parts of the country would say, Ricky, you got it wrong. It's everybody against Toronto. Long throw, and S.J. Green unable to bring it down against A.J. Jefferson.
Yeah, good coverage. And Jefferson, when the ball arrived, kept his composure. He's been their best player in the secondary, most consistent, leads the team in knockdowns, has a couple of interceptions, and he's up there in tackles, so he's getting involved in the run game as well. But you can see just composure and just sticks the arm out and knocks it away.
It's the first incompletion thrown by Cato today. 2nd and 10. Stands in, fires, and has a completion. There's S.J. Green at his best.
Boy, it was a tight window, and Rakeem Cato got it in there with S.J. Green knowing that the middle linebacker at 6 foot 240 was sitting back deep, moving to this football quickly, and he had to take the hit and make the catch, and S.J. Green hangs on.
Closing in on the great Peter Della Riva for 5th all-time in Alouette receiving yards, 21 there for S.J. Green. Another catch like that, and he moves ahead of number 74, the great tight end of the 70s in Montreal. Greg Jones shaken up on that last play, the middle linebacker, who is 3rd in the league in tackles.
Well, what impresses me for the second year Argo is the fact that he's 4th in tackles, but leads their team in special teams tackles. And I know I brought this up before, but it's tough to cover kicks and then go play defense when you have 20-second huddles. And he's got